Welcome back to another episode of Might and Magic 3 Isles of Terra on the SNES. This is WilNF, and today I'll be bringing you through a tour of the Temple of Moo and Baywatch. Now last time we left the first town, we completely cleaned up the first town. We left the first town, we went down the road, we peeked in the Temple of Moo, we did one wing in the Temple of Moo. There's still about 2/3 of it left to complete. And we decided that it would be beneficial for us to have some spells that will help us navigate the dungeon better. So we walked further down the road, fought our way through a couple of orcs and goblins, made our way to the second town, Baywatch, which isn't very far from the first town. And we picked up some new spells, some shiny new spells, which will help us in the Temple of Moo. And so today we're going to finish the Temple of Moo, and we're also going to complete Baywatch. Now I forgot to set up my controller here. Let me just... Okay. There we go. We got everything set up. Yeah, so we're now like level 6 or 7, something like that. 6 and 7. Let's see, what time is it? 2:37 a.m. I'm trying to think, what could we do here? We don't have enough money to get pathfinding. Well, in the bank we do, but I don't want to touch that money yet. After the Temple of Moo we might. There's a lot of chests in there with gold and stuff, but we don't have any, well, there's a thief we can recruit, but we'll get him after. What else can we do? I guess let's just go. We'll teleport back to the first town. Or let's pass a little bit of time. We can clear up. There's some undead in here. Clear them out. There's a couple of guys. Now, one shiny new spell we got is Turn Undead, which is very effective on lower level undead. Because undead have high physical resistance, high resistance to physical attacks. Basically you want to take them out with like fire, energy damage or something like that. Or turn undead, that works too. A couple of zombies over there, nice. Took them out in one shot. Job for the cleric. Turn those undead into mush. There. I missed the second guy. It's that bug is so annoying in this game. You can hear me ranting about it in the previous episode, but there's a bug where if you cast AoE spells on enemies, half the time it doesn't hit them all. The last one will completely come out unscathed. And down here is gold and gems. But also, actually, I think it hurts your whole party. So let's heal up our cleric, because if he takes damage, he's gonna die, which costs a crap ton of money to raise someone from the dead. So let's just It's weird because you send one person down into the pit, but everyone takes damage. I never really understood that, but... oh my. Yeah, first aid is starting to get a little bit weak. You have to cast it many times. What? You have to cast another rope? The pit of shame rings with inhuman shrieks. Climb down. We'll send down a barbarian. He's the one who can weather 50 gems. Yeah, see, it does a significant amount of damage to your whole party, even though one character goes down into the pit. Yeah, let's just go back here. Teleport us back to Fountainhead. I always do my healing at Fountainhead because it's the cheapest place. And okay, so who has what? I think the Cleric and the Barbarian has disease, yeah. The Cleric caught a disease from the zombie, and the Barbarian caught disease for going down in the pit. So let's cure the disease. And it also, as you level too, it gets more expensive. So, like in the last place, to heal someone who's dead is like 25,000 gold. It gets expensive. Okay, so let's just rest. There we go. Everyone should be maximum. It's Tens Day. Thinking, oops, did 11 there. Just the maximum buff you can get from the temple here, a plus 10. So you get 10 reduced. The incoming damage you take is reduced by 10 points. Flat 10 damage reduction. You get plus 10 to hit, plus 10 to damage, and plus 10 to AC. That's the 4 buffs you get. And so it's gonna make the Temple of Moo pretty easy for us. So let's deposit, I don't know, just a couple gold here. But we want to deposit gems most of all. We'll drop 400. We're going to do 400. Because the skeletons drop 5 gems each, so we're going to collect a few gems. Right. Should be Wednesday. Could check in here if there's anything interesting. The smithy always gets a new shipment on Wednesday. Let's see, what do you got? Coral Grand Axe. I think I'm gonna buy that. So coral, I think, is a +1. That's +1 to damage and +1 to hit. So it's not a big boost, but Grand Axe does an enormous amount of damage. It does 3 to 18 with the +1. It does 4 to 19. So 11.5 average damage. We'll buy that for the archer, because the barbarian couldn't use a shield. And the archer can't, so usually give them two-handed weapons. Plus, like an archer with an axe seems kind of appropriate. Oh yeah, don't we have the frost spear? Yeah, well, we can give the spear to somebody else. What else can we get? I also don't mind removing the shield from the barbarian since they have so much HP. They can take a few hits. Leather plate armor. What the heck? Actually, leather is a +0 modifier, so it doesn't actually hurt. Like a plate armor made of leather apparently is like not worse than regular plate armor. Let's see, leather. Leather is only bad on weapons. It gives -4 to hit, which is terrible. Let's see here. There's nothing in here. Nothing in here we want. Oh. So, contemplate. Wait, didn't we pick up plate armor somewhere? I remember picking up plate armor. I wonder, do we have items? Okay, we have sacred silver skulls we can return. Yeah, we did. We got... That's bronze plate armor. So bronze does... terrible, I think. This is -1 to AC, but it should be better than... Still better than scale armor, even with the... I'm going to identify it. Because I think bronze and stuff like that is not the same in the manual as it is in the game, so there's a discrepancy there. Leather ring is useless. Oh yeah, we got this stuff, wooden shield. Ugh, gross. We got this stuff from the goblin encampment we destroyed last time near the end of the... So let's identify that bronze thing. We're gonna sell the other items. Another ring. And then we'll return those silver skulls. Might allow us to level. Sell that wooden shield, useless. Ooh. It's expensive to identify. I'll just sell it then. Don't want to mess around. Oh wait, no, 750 was the sell price. Oh well. It's only a couple points of AC. Nothing to cry about. It's when you identify, it's... I think it's 20% of the cost of the item it will cost to identify it. Nice hefty axe there. Just give this to Wisp, I suppose. What do you have? You have accuracy katana, or sharp katana, I think. Yes. Katana is the best one-hand weapon. Sharp increases your accuracy. You have a static flail, so that's a flail that does +3 electric damage, I think. Something like that. So. Oh, you don't even have a weapon on. We'll sell it when we return. I'm not gonna use the time to go in the shop because transitions eat up like seconds from your... I usually only like to keep these videos to an hour and I don't want to stretch them out for you guys. I know everyone's time is precious and we don't have infinite time, so... wait, why did I go here? I wanted to go see Cranion. Ooh. It's funny that even though we get damage resistance, we still take damage from pounding doors like that. More lovely skulls. Maybe someday we'll unlock the power of their secrets. Don't forget to use rats in the cavern below this town. check if anyone leveled. Actually, if we level, it removes our buffs, so we'll wait to level. Because, I mean, the buffs are gonna be better than just gaining a level. Alright, on to the Temple of Moo. What time is it? 5:20 p.m. We might have time to go. There's a buff we can get just over here. A very significant buff that I always get. Fair-sized hut made of twigs, branches, and dried mud. Search inside. A glowing crystal ball hovers in the center of the hut. Touch the ball. Yes, a magical feeling overcomes you. Nothing happens. So what that did is it gave everybody plus 100 spell points. So now we're loaded with spell points. Even those who can't cast spell points got spell points, but they just don't know how to cast spells, so they can't use. But it's a very helpful and significant buff to have, especially low level, because it makes your archers and paladins just as effective as your pure spellcasters, because they have tons of spell points. So light. What else do you have? Don't have anything, so we'll have to cast levitate. Cast Wizard Eye. I'll give you a taste of the Wizard Eye spell. I didn't use it in Might and Magic 4, but basically it puts like you see an overhead view of 4 squares in all directions of you. 4 or 5 squares, so about 16 to 20 squares square. Well, like, you know what I mean. So now with levitate, we don't take damage from the traps. We don't trigger those traps. There's a pit here. See? The last time we went this way, we cleared that way out, so we'll go this way. Should be a couple skeletons along this corridor here. There's one. A skeleton. Hi, my name is Bony Skellington. Nice. Alright. Turn undead. Now here's a spell here, I think. Suppress poison. There. So you should go right first. Oh dear. Skellington. Nice. Good job with that electric flail. Clobber. Alright, let's check out this room. So we can't pick doors, we don't have thievery, so we have to bash down the doors. And actually, it's easier to bash down doors than it is to pick them. Alright. We'll turn undead. So I think this is the first time I've ever played this game without having 2 clerical spellcasters. Now we can get away with it because we have a caster of natural magic, our druid. So they have healing spells and stuff like that. Suppress disease. See, I hate this because you have to remember who has what spells. If you click no, the scroll disappears. So you have to give it to someone. Even if they already have that spell, it says they learned it, Doesn't say they already know the spell. Please choose someone else. So you have to kind of remember, I think. I know the cleric only had one. I think it was suppress. Oh well, we'll give it two. So now they should have both. Suppress poison and suppress disease. Now you, what do you have? They were missing suppress disease, so it was them. Okay. Yeah. Oh well. It doesn't cost that much for that spell anyway. Let's just get our map tool here. So Wizard Eye is very helpful because it can allow you to peek into places where you can only reach by teleporting. Sometimes there's little secret hidden rooms that you can't see on the interface, and the map only maps the squares you've stood on. So here it branches off. On the right, the left is the boss of this temple. On the right, we have other things. Who will pick? Of course they can't pick it. They don't know how to pick the locks. Good job. More skellies. So I'm gonna talk about something really strange and funny. Apparently there is Halloween music. Well, I wouldn't call it music, but nothing. Oh. He snuck around the corner. We were too fast. But we got him. Yeah, there's Halloween sounds called Halloween farts, I think it's called, or something like that. Spooky Halloween farts. And it's basically just farts and with like spooky ambiance. I mean, that is the weirdest thing ever. Bunch of pits here, but we're hovering above them with our levitate. You'll see on the left, the wings moving means we're levitating. But yeah, those Halloween farts, it's like, what? Like, it's maybe stuff you'd like at a kid's Halloween party for funny or something like that, but other than that, I wouldn't really see it use. A silent scroll. So that is a clerical spell, I think. Salazar learns a silent spell. Yeah, it's just really weird. You can look it up. It's probably have the full albums on YouTube. There's like 5 Halloween fart albums. Sacred Silver Skull. But yeah, that is just really odd. Okay. So this here is a statue of Firemane, mascot of Moo. The plate reads, "Those with the courage and strength to find this place have proven themselves worthy of the title Crusader." So I could never figure out what this thing is. Like, it looks really strange. I see 2 eyes there. Is it sort of like a dragon, or I don't know, it just looks so weird. I can't really tell what it is. It's supposed to be like a creature with eyes, but you see it in multiple places in the game. It's they reused the asset. So what that did, it gave us all a new skill. We are now all Crusaders. So Crusader is needed to... Crusader is needed to enter the... There's 3 castles in here, which you have to go into to get endgame stuff. Basically, one of the main missions, the first main mission in the game, is to return 10 power orbs to the kings. Now you can choose who you want to side with. There's King Righteous, I think, maybe, who's the good king. There's King Chaotic, who's like the neutral king. He gets joy from strife and chaos. He sort of just likes to pit good and evil between each other, and so they ignore him and fight each other. So he just like sits there and watches them fight. He's like, they're leaving me alone. And then there's King... I don't remember the last one, but he's the evil king. And he just wants to see everyone burn. He's like, I'm going to destroy everyone who gets in my way. Yeah, so it's a crap ton of undead here, and the boss is in here. I think one more step the boss will be. And the boss, I think, casts ranged magic. So this is his undead army. Undead army of Moo. So we're going to have to get you to cast... Oh, you don't have protection from elements yet, but you do. I think it does electric damage, so we should be immune to the spell now. Yeah, we're taking no damage. With our electricity resistance plus our damage mitigation from our buffs, basically this thing can't even hurt us. Okay, it can. If it gets a really high damage roll, it can do enough damage to hurt us, but overall, he's a Cleric of Moo. Very easy to couple good swats with a sword and he goes down. Zombies here. I'm just gonna turn undead. I'm not gonna risk. If it hits the cleric, he's gonna do a nice amount of damage plus disease. Now we got a little bit of gold from that. That's excellent. Empty rags. Nothing. Well, there's still a few things in this dungeon here. Empty rags. Ancient jewelry. Ancient jewelry, the only thing that's good for is to sell. And we cannot open those locks. What time is it? 21 AM. So each step inside a town or dungeon passes 1 minute of time. Each step outside of a dungeon passes 10 minutes of game time. Now you see here, unless you walk up against this wall and you get spot secret doors, the trigger is the arm going up and down on the right. Or you have wizard eye, you would never tell that you can bash this door down. Now in the DOS version, on this wall here, there's actually a hint to one of the puzzles, which shows up nowhere in the SNES version. There's a puzzle later on, I think it's north, it goes NSEWS, so basically it's a puzzle north, south, east, west, south, and you need to set the right combination, but nowhere in the SNES version does it show where, like, the hint for that, and it's really dumb. In the DOS version, it shows right on the wall, like you physically see it. Fireball. Let's actually give that to the druid. So the druid has a nice AoE spell now. AoE damage spell. Ancient jewelry, those sell for money. You can't pick those, and you can't bash them open either. I've tried many times to bash open chests. I hope I'm not too commentary heavy. Leave a comment on this video if you think I talk too much during the videos, or if you like my commentary. You know, I want to strike a balance of what I like to do and also what you guys like and want to watch. Because there's no point creating my content if nobody's going to watch it. That's a waste of my time. It's a waste of everyone's time. Waste of YouTube's time. I don't think I'm ever... Well, maybe a couple years in the future I might go over and watch my own playthroughs, but I don't know. Maybe I have some really interesting moments in some of the games I play. Great. So there's one more wing here to the Temple of Moo. We're at 30 minutes, so we're going making decent time. And we're gonna go to Baywatch and clear out Baywatch after this. There's a pit in the middle there. Come on, try to turn. There's so much delay in the... There's like a 0.5, there's like half to 3/4 of a second delay between your button press and the movement. So you can, if you move too fast in this game, you can end up doing some oopsies. More pits, we're just hovering over. There's a couple skeletons in here. Oh. Turn undead. There you go. Cannot open it. We'll have to come back here with Dark Shade sometime and pick them. Actually, we can maybe do that now and come back with Dark Shade, or we can do Baywatch, or save Baywatch for the next. I think we'll come back with Dark Shade here. Pain. Yeah, our cleric already has pain. So see, if you say no, it disappears and you lose your chance to. So there's a lot of things in this game that are not very user-friendly. But I don't know, I still like this. It's my favorite version of Might and Magic 3. And, oh, move too fast here. Yeah, I don't know, I like the animations aren't as good as the DOS version. It's a bit more animated in the DOS, but overall I like the graphics and mechanics better of this game. Overall. Alright, so we've cleared out this place. I think we'll come back with Dark Shade and pick the locks, because you find some nice items and some nice items in gold, and which is going to be really helpful to us. So we don't have any teleport spells yet. Those come later on. Those are like level 8, level 9 or 10 spells. Around level 10 you get them. There's a couple teleport spells in this game. There's Town Portal, that's a clerical spell. There's Lloyd's Beacon, that is a... Okay. That is a arcane spell. And there's Nature's Gate, which is a natural spell. So each class has a potential sort of teleport spell. Town Portal is the best. It's the most expensive too. But because you can choose where you want to teleport to one of the towns, you teleport to a safe space. Lloyd's Beacon, you have to set a marker, and then anywhere in the game world, and you can return to that marker. So it's limited in what it can do, but if you set it in a town, then you can teleport to safety at, you know, a moment's notice. Nature's Gate is the most unpredictable. Druid spells are actually the most unpredictable in the game. It teleports you to a location dependent on the day of the week. So you kind of have to, like, if you only have Nature's Gate, you can teleport out of somewhere quickly and get out, but it can teleport you to like a dangerous area. There's 10 days to the week. It'll teleport you 5 days of the week. It teleports you to a town. I think Fountainhead is on Ten's Day. 3 days of the week, it'll teleport you to one of the 3 castles: the evil, neutral, and good castle. And the 2 other days, it teleports you to, I think one is to the Frozen Isles and one is to the desert islands. So what do we want to do here? Let's heal up our... Time is it? 5:55 a.m. Okay, so we'll get Dark Shade here. Go back. Save. Dismiss. Dumpe. There. So there's another bug. It shows your buffs on your character until there's a trigger. Like when the day rolls over, your character loses their buffs, but the icons for the buffs stay on your character portrait, and they only get updated. Your character portrait only gets updated when, for instance, you raise a level, or like I dismiss someone, so all the character portraits. Yeah, anyway, it's kind of, like I keep saying it over and over, but there's a lot of friggin' bugs in this game, a lot. But I mean, there's even some that impact the gameplay and make the puzzles like unbeatable. Before the advent of the internet, where you can search up like how the riddles, the puzzle answers, this game, because in the DOS version you can have 6 characters plus 2 hirelings. So one of the puzzles is it's like add how many characters there could be of half the amount of characters there could be of you plus 1. But the puzzle still says that in the SNES version. So you're thinking 3 plus 1 is 4, but in fact it's 8 divided by 2, 4 plus 1 is 5. So you can't beat the puzzle with the information in the game. They're too lazy to go back and fix that. Now that's a I don't know if that's an oversight or a will not fix, but if it's a will not fix, that's really dumb, because it's a very important, it's an optional puzzle, but it's very, the rewards for that puzzle are very useful. Okay, so let's levitate here and light. I'll probably repeat myself throughout the episode saying the same stuff over, but yeah, it's just it. Oh, we can have this guy pick the door. Nice. It just appalls me that, like, people release games that are broken. Like, a good recent instance is, Cyberpunk 2079, 2077 or whatever it's called, 20-something. Well, Bethesda games are known for releasing with bugs a lot. Nice. Plate armor. Ooh. Hopefully it's not like wait a second. Oh. Set off a trap, some gems. We're trying to get 5,000 gems so we can, Okay, I guess that's all the chests. We want to get, here's a chest. We want to get 5,000 gems so we can give our druid the much needed stat boost. For 5,000 gems you can trade plus 10 to all their stats, which is amazing. It makes them really great early game adventurer, fighter, whatever. There we go. One wing looted. Now, I turn and move. It's slower that way, but you'll see, like, here it's 9:07. If I turn and step, it's 9:08. But if I sidestep, which is faster, it's 9:10 a.m. So it passes time twice as quick, which I think is also a bug. When you sidestep, it double the time passes, and enemies get two turns when you sidestep too. So double the amount of time passes for some reason, and I'm pretty sure that's a bug too, which is stupid. Because like turning corners, like time in this game is a lot more important than Might and Magic 4 because is there chests in here? I don't remember. No. In Might and Magic 4, in Might and Magic 3, this game, there's a lot of things dependent on the day of the week or the day of the year. So if you happen to like you'll see, there's 100 days to a year. We're on day 34. Like we started at day 1, now we're at day 34. So you can see like a couple hours of play past like 1/3 of the year. So it takes hours and hours to get to like day 99, which I thought there was a chest in here, no? To get to like important days of the year. Day 99 is a very important one of the optional side quests, and there's a lot of things like on day 50 something happens, on day 99 so you want to be very cognizant of how much time passes when you're adventuring. No chests in here? Darn it. Came in here for nothing. Oh well. At least the robber now is a crusader. So later on, if we want to go loot the castles, which have loads of gold and gems and items, and we can do that. Like in the chests sitting just by the king, you can get like 2 million gold from each of them. I think one is 2 million gold and one is like 50,000 gems or something. But they sick their guards on you if you loot their stuff, and their guards are no pushovers. think one castle sends wizards after you, which pretty much they do one attack per round, but it pretty much kills anybody it hits. Then you have the Black Knights in the good castle, and the Black Knights are no pushover either. Okay, no, not here. There we go. Now, in some dungeons, the traps will explode and cause serious damage to your robber. Nice. So it's very useful to have thievery early game because it's very helpful. You don't need it, but it helps a lot to like buy stuff you need and find enchanted items that are very rare in the this might be an ancient artifact here. In the other one maybe. Ancient artifact of good? No. Anyway. The ancient artifacts in this game, there's ancient artifacts of good, neutral, and evil. And you bring them back to there's a person in each of the castles, respectively, that will collect them. And it will give you a significant amount of experience points. And the amount of experience points you get depends on your alignment. Remember I talked about in character creation when alignment doesn't do much in this game except for a few instances, and this is one of those instances. So if you return an ancient artifact of good, everyone who has a good alignment, I think, gets 250 or 500,000 experience points, and everyone other alignment gets like 150,000 or 250,000. So it gets like half of what the other of the same alignment get. Okay, so we've almost completely looted this place. We'll probably still have time to do clear out Baywatch, maybe, or at least the upper Baywatch. Maybe we'll start with the upper. I know there's a room full of undead. A couple of rooms with a bunch of undead, but one in particular. It's pretty nasty. As one of the most powerful undeads you'll see this early in the game. I mean, he's not terribly hard, but if you're low level, he'll definitely pose a problem. But I mean, a couple of turn undeads on him and he's down. Or a couple of good axe swings or something will take him down from a heavy hitter. There we go. So we've completely cleared out this place from top to bottom. There's nothing else left in here. If we ever need to make someone a crusader, we can come back, but otherwise, the Temple of Moo. Actually, Korak's notes on the Ancient Temple of Moo. The halls of the Ancient Temple of Moo are filled with undead warriors that were once glory seekers, come to witness the statue of Firemane, mascot of Moo. The statue is said to transform wanderers into crusaders. The bones of those strong enough to resist the reanimation magic of the Cleric of Moo litter the floor. Return the relic to the Shrine of Environs. So yeah, after you kind of, whoops, don't bash it down, you just leave. So after you like save Fountainhead, you don't have any quest at all. You just have to like wander around until you find quests. So it's kind of like, yeah, and you kind of have to figure out what the main quest is on your own. You're like, the heck do I do? Just actually, in Fountainhead, before you save Morphos, these fountains are full of noxious ooze, but after you clean it up, they become normal fountains again. Sparkling water flows through the fountain of Moonbeam, fabled nymph of the enchanted meadow. Toss in a coin. 2 wizards locked in mortal strife destroyed each other's keep. Now bound in life that isn't life, they seek the peaceful sleep. So there's like poems that hint at basically what you're supposed to do in the game, sort of like riddles that point to like what you're supposed to do. And now at this point of the game it doesn't make sense, but as you progress you get more and more information and understand like sort of what you have to do. Okay, let's see, we can level up. Probably Dark Shade, yes. Picking all those locks gave him some experience. No. Let's go back here, get back our knight. Dismiss. Well, thank you, Dark Shade. Now is your time to go. Huh. Yeah, you guys are just using me. I guess I'll be waiting at the inn if you ever need me again. Idiots. So he's an evil robber, so it's kind of, I guess, how he would talk. Okay, let's move. Get him back in the first position here. Oh, still one to go. There we go. Yeah, let's go check on what we got here. We got a whole bunch of items. We got a nice amount of gold. We can probably get ourselves mountaineering and ancient jewelry. So I want to hang on to those for now. You can get the merchant skill, which doubles the amount you can sell stuff for. So you get 2,000 for selling them. Jewel of Pain, that's not really useful. Brass short sword, brass belt. So merchant's useful, at least have it on one character. Because some of the stuff you can sell like later on, if you get like a quartz plate armor, you can sell that for like 100,000 gold. If you don't have merchant, it sells for 50,000. So I mean, it's worth having merchant. It only costs 5,000 gold. So bronze longbow. Hold on, what does bronze do again? So it says in the manual here, -2 to hit, +2 to hit. So let's identify it and see if it in fact does that in the game. I think it's bugged or something. +2 to hit. Oh, but it has no damage at all. So yeah, like this useless stuff. Boots of Magic Detection. So that casts Detect Magic, which I couldn't care less about. We already have that spell. 150 gold. Let's do it. I want to check. +9. So I think it's right. Bronze plate armor. So bronze for weapons is not the same as the manual, but yeah, okay. So it is. Bronze is -1 to AC, but because plate armor is so good, it's still better than the scale armor. Leather flail. You don't want leather on weapons. Oh, but we have leather plate armor. So leather is a +10. There you go, yeah, okay, so that's excellent. Bronze cape. Yeah, bronze cape is useless. Pearl boots. That's useful. And a silver bardiche too is excellent. Let's see, is a bardiche. two-handed weapon. We can give that to the barbarian. I don't mind taking off his shield because he has so much HP. So this does 4 to 16 base, but with the silver modifier does... Ooh, plus 4 to damage bonus. So it does 8 to 20, so it does 14 average damage, which is excellent. So we'll give that to the barbarian, and it has plus 2 to hit, so that's excellent. And the pearl boots will go for the cleric, I suppose. Did you pick up anything? Oh, you did. Bronze flamberge. Yeah, that's useless. Leather gauntlets. We all have that. Wooden halberd, useless. Coral naginata. Only the knight can use that. Let's see. Coral is a plus 1. Plus 1 to hit, plus 1 to damage. And a naginata is not too bad either. So it does 6 to 16. So that's 22, 11 average damage. But it's two-handed, so we'll have to take off his shield. Yeah, we'll sell it. I mean, if it was a plus 2 modifier, maybe, but plus 1 is... so only paladin, knight, and ninja can use naginata. Okay, did you pick up anything? No. Alright. Anything useful in here? No. Alright, let's put our leather plate armor on. Probably like leather armor with like a plate inside or something. I don't know how that works. Okay, so under the ancient jewelry. Wait, I thought you had a leather. Is it the archer that has it? Okay. Silver bardiche. I was gonna give that to the Quabar. Pearl boots. Pearl is a plus 1 modifier, I think. Let's check. It has a value modifier though. Pearl plus 2. Nice. Yeah, pearl stuff sells for a lot. Has like a times 4 of the base value. I like to keep my cleric with the most AC. There you go. A wisp with a pitiful 6 AC. So you want to use silver bardiche, shield, static flail. We'll give the static flail to Salazar. Can use that. Excellent. Okay, let's see. You just have scale armor. Give that to Clubber to sell. Leather plate armor, a nice beefy 22 AC. What about you? Nothing. You just have a cudgel. I think flail is better than a cudgel by a little bit. There little upgrade to our equipment. So we're already at 1 hour here. Takes time to do the inventory management in this game. So your shield, find a better shield eventually. Don't need this, this, or this. Yeah, 20,000 gold. That's plenty for what we need. So we need 15,000 gold to get those skills, so we can climb mountains and move through trees, dense forest. Okay, this guy. Wait, what time is it? We missed the bank. I was gonna deposit some gems, but we'll wait. Another day. More lovely skulls. There you go. We already picked the locks in there. I didn't map out this area. I didn't show you guys this area. So this is just a fountain. So when you save Morphos, he tells you, visit the fountain that stands alone. And this is that fountain. So if you go here before you save Morphos, three bubble men will come out and attack you, but after you save him, something different happens. An effervescent voice gurgles from the water. Hold on. Okay, that's not working out. I was gonna try to gurgle.
Freely of your wealth of gold, of greater experience, bear gold. You drop gold into my fountain bowl.
The best I can do. So basically, character, and then you drop in however much gold you want, and you get the same amount of experience as gold you drop in. So he just gained 500 experience points for that. I don't want to drop in too much gold yet, because we need all our golds for, we need 15,000, but he gained 500 experience points. Now later on, when you're loaded with gold, you can just, you know, gain experience when you want. It's also very helpful to, like, if you're adventuring through and you're like, oh, you know, I should have created a robber, I forgot, you know, you can basically just slap in like 10,000 gold and get them to level like 3 or 4 immediately without even having to fight or anything. But yeah, let's see, what else can we do here? So first thing we want to do is to get pathfinding and mountaineering so we can go, because in the woods here, in Might and Magic 4, there's not many things you can find like in trees and stuff, but in here, in this game, they're everywhere. Like every couple of trees you pass through or mountains, there's like something glitters in the ground you see buried. Dig it up, and 95% of the time it's good. The other 5%, you'll regret digging stuff up. So yeah, I don't think anyone gained a level from those. Let's check. Yeah. We have our archer with that glowing pixel in their hair. A magical elf in glowing hair. Let's check what's for sale here. They have a little bit better equipment in this shop. Lapis hand axe. Lapis is +2. It is, which is tempting, but we have better. Crossbow. I think He has silver sling, he has a crossbow. What do you have? It's a short bow, so we'll give the archer a crossbow, which is a little bit better than the short bow. Flamberge is the best two-handed weapon in the game. Lapis chainmail. Ooh, look at that price. But the chainmail is the best armor a archer can wear. Lapis adds +2 to the AC of that chainmail. Silver cameo, that adds +2 to defense. Silver coin. Oh, that's cheap. Actually, let's buy that for... it's good. We'll buy it. Silver, no. Well, silver is a natural compound. Still, no. Only gems, only natural gems. So this guy has a dagger in the right hand, but nothing in the left hand. So you can give him the silver coin in the left hand, which is super cheap and increases his AC by 2. The funny thing, I think that's I don't know if it's intended. I know in Might and Magic 4, like stuff like silver rings have no, Might and Magic 4 and above, like silver rings will have no AC or modifiers. But here, silver adds a +2 to the AC of whatever it is. Like a silver belt will be useful, but a silver belt in Might and Magic 4 is useless. So we want to get some skills here. I think I need to equip your bow. Evil elf archer. Huh, about time you gave me a better bow. Using this pitiful short bow for so long. Should be a female voice. So this is to climb the highest mountains I'll teach you for only 5,000 gold. Will you learn mountaineering? I suppose we could give that to the barbarian knight. I don't know, they seem like the mountaineering type. Crusader, swimmer, spot secret doors. Yeah, so the ranger starts with the pathfinding skill in this game, which is useful. It saves you 2,500 gold, but no other classes start with any skills like that. Oh no, I didn't want to talk to this guy. He gives you a coin you can only use later on, so it sits in your inventory and takes up an inventory slot. But this is a quest line here. Once there were many shells that rested on the bed of the greatest sea, but they were stolen by the dark spellbinder Blackwind to use in his evil magic. Central to his power as they were, he hid all the shells only days before his stronghold fell to ruin. It is rumored that Arthia, nymph of the great sea, will give a reward of gold and song to any who bring her the sea's stolen shells. That is all I know of the legend, but my brother Beta may know more. Shall I tell him to expect you? Sure, you can tell him to expect us. Says, I don't know, Dumpy the Knight. He's probably one that would have a deeper voice. A small glowing worm magically appears in Alpha's hand. After whispering to the worm, Alpha places it on the floor and watches as it starts burrowing its way through the ground. I have sent a message to my brother, so he will expect you. Find him in the caverns below this town. Now leave, but accept this trinket. It may be useful in times to come. Clobber found Quadlu coin. So yeah, coin is gonna sit in our inventory for like the next 6 episodes probably. But it's a very useful item, don't get me wrong. I welcome it very much, but later on when we're actually going to use it. Many a year I've taught landlubbers to navigate the trees. Would you be interested in learning Pathfinder for 2,500 gold? Sure, we'll give that to the archer and perhaps the druid. No, great. So now we can go through trees, we can climb mountains. So the world is our oyster. Actually, I'm gonna check the... Oh, I thought this was the other door. Oh well. Oh. Yeah, so each round, if you don't kill the enemies behind them will walk up and take the place to a maximum of 3. Ah, you sucker. Great. Well, let's see. Toxify then. So I don't know what happened there. It damaged 3 people, 1 died. Get rid of this stupid zombie. Another zombie replaces him immediately. What do you have? Toxic Cloud? Why don't you cast that? For a nature's cure. It's actually pretty mana efficient too. Oh, great. This sucks. So you're probably like diseased plus 10 now for a cleric. But we'll get rid of these stupid undead. We just get 69 gems. Great. So you see there's something spooky behind them. It's not too difficult. It's a ghoul. Now we can take him out fairly easily. A couple energy blasts and there's almost 1 hit. But he's almost completely resistant to physical damage. Okay, take out the 1 person that has this spell power to take you out. You suck. Great, another energy blast should do it. There you go. Well, let's see how diseased our cleric is. Oops. Only +2, and the ghoul also causes weakness. Diseased. So everyone's pretty much diseased, so we're gonna have to do a round of healing at the temple. Everyone but the archer. So there's pits over here, which actually I'm gonna go down them first and then heal up. I don't know if it damages the whole party or just 1. But I'm going to do a round of Nature's Cure just in case. Yeah. So Nature's Cure is an excellent heal spell. 25 points of healing for 6 and costs no gems. It's superb. Actually, I'm gonna suppress disease. Oh boy, this guy took pounding. 75, 100. So I want to do suppress disease on you. Suppress disease on you. Suppress disease on you. Suppress disease on you. Okay, so okay, you have create rope. You will cast it. The hollow howl of wind circulates in the pit of desolation. Search the pit. So yeah, it damages everyone. I think we can handle one more. Yeah, these ones don't do as much damage as the other pits. What's I gonna do? Nature's Cure on you. Rope. Cries of pain and suffering escape the pit of despair. Descend into the darkness. Spooky. Ooh. Nice. Let us check what we have acquired. Great, so we did this room of the intellect 0. Oh, he's insane. All because he went into the pits. Pearls, scale armor. That's good. Is that gold leather armor? Holy heck. Steel crossbow. This is some good stuff. Pearl plate armor. Ooh. Okay, let's give this to Dumpy. He's the only one that can use it. Steel crossbow. Let's give that to the Dumpy, I guess. Gold leather armor. So leather armor is the best armor that a druid can wear, but they refuse to wear gold. So I guess we'll just hold on. Gold leather armor might actually be even better than the splint mail that the Cleric has, so we'll give it to them for now. Okay, so remove this leather, put on the pearl. The only thing that worries me is if the pearl plate armor breaks, it costs a lot of money to repair. It's expensive. Plate armor is expensive to repair. Remove crossbow. Equip. Okay. So this we can sell now. Nobody else can wear it. This is passe. So those are some decent items. Okay, nothing here. So your armor is just plain scale armor. So gold does +6 to AC. Scale armor, leather armor is +3, so that's 9 AC, and scale armor is +4 or 5. So it's still better than gold leather armor is better than. Yeah, so they have a mighty 22 AC now. It should help against those undead attacks. Pearl scale armor. Who's it gonna give that to? Wait, you have 12 AC? 11. You have burning. Protection against fire, and those two can't wear scale, so we'll give it to the barbarian. Why not? Let's get rid of that. Give him pearl scale armor, brass leather. Okay, great. Now his intellect is non-existent, and his personality is non-existent because he's insane +3, weak +4. So he's in rough shape, the barbarian. He's like a blubbering fool right now. He's like yeah, so we better get him healed at a temple. That's one thing I want to do as soon as I can, is give him a bit of a boost to his intellect and personality, so if he does get any status effects that you know, he doesn't just drop dead. Because if you get 0 to any stat, you pretty much have the chance to drop dead. There, we should be cured of all our ailments. Probably due for a rest as well. Bring our hit points and... So what I did want to do is... here, this one. I want to switch to this pit. Woeful moanings rise from the pit of sorrow, descend. Ooh. Yeah, these two do a significant amount of damage, and they actually don't give you that much. 1,000 gold, and the other is like 50 gems. Diseased. So we'll cure his disease at the temple, rest, and then clear out the rest of the upper Baywatch, and we'll do the Baywatch cavern next time, I suppose. Actually, let's check which spells we can here while it's night before we rest. Come on, there you go. Nature's Cure. Get them out of the red zone so they don't feel like they're about to die. Heal, there you go. You know what, Wisp? You might be kind of spooky and you don't talk much, but you're certainly useful. So Wisp is like... Wisp doesn't actually talk much. They're a gnome that lives, that comes from the woods, so they're in touch with nature and the plants and all that, and they communicate through, you know, feeling and spirit, and they don't really talk much, because talking to a plant, they don't really hear you. Oh yeah, he doesn't have a membership yet. Maybe we'll get that. What can you get? Suppress disease, yeah, buy that. Protection from elements, we'll buy that. Actually, we'll hold off. We find that somewhere later on. What do you have? Acid Stream. I don't think I ever use Acid Stream, so. Those are the buffs. Those will come in handy later. But I'm gonna get him guild membership and get him jump and levitate. Actually, you can learn it in the cavern underneath, so it's not a priority. Yeah, let's just rest here. Clear out the rest. I think there's only one little area we didn't go yet. Yeah, and it's right here. Nice. Those zombies hiding in a locked room here. Jeez. Oh, that didn't work out too well. So let's just... Nice. Unfortunately, zombies are very slow, so you don't have to worry about taking them out quickly. I think that's all of them. The pit of pestilence descends into silent darkness. Search the bottom. So you find one item here of moderate value. So let's see. Diseased. What is it? Hopefully it's something very useful. Bronze, useless. I was gonna hope it was like a thought necklace or something, which boosts your intellect. So we'd give that to the sorcerer, but oh well. Okay, let's sell. Get rid of scale armor, brass shield. Actually, I'm going to. The thing about necklaces, they sell for a good amount though. Actually, I'm going to get the merchant skill before I sell some of that stuff. What do you have? Nothing to sell. See, that pearl plate armor sells for 20,000. If we have the merchant skill, sells for 40,000. So super useful. I'm actually gonna get merchant right now. Actually, how much gold do we have? Okay, we have enough to give to 2 people. I'll give it to 1 person for now. To the knight, I suppose. Actually, who has the most might at the moment? 21. He does. I like to have the person with merchant in the first slot, so we'll swap these 2. Yeah, we'll go get the merchant skill. How much gems do we have? 471. He's diseased. Well, we'll cure it at the, we're going to the fountainhead, so we'll cure it there. It's cheaper. Also, for the barbarian, the second character portrait, what does he have on his head? Is that his hair? Is that a helmet? Is that his skull? Does he have a skull on his head of, like, his enemies? I don't know. It's weird. I always respect people who can do pixel art. I can't do pixel art. I'm very not art inclined, at least not like fine arts, like stuff that drawing and painting and making pictures and stuff. That's not my strength. But people who can sort of imagine a face and draw it, like when you're doing pixels, like it's super zoomed in. Or like you have basically squares and you have to color the squares, and it, depending on how you color and shade the squares, it makes like a realistic portrait, and I admire that. I can't do that. Yeah. So that's no. Great. So let's cast Wizard Eye here. Now there's a crap ton of stuff just in the mountains and woods around here. If you walk around, you'll find lots of items and gold and There is a small bulge in the ground, like something buried beneath your feet. Under your feet. Dig. 5,000 gold. Now all you have to do is like walk around on these squares and you find a lot of stuff. There's a small bulge. Dig, yes. Identify monster scroll. Do you wish to read it? Wisp learns a identify monster spell. There's a small bulge. Wizard eye scroll. Great, we can give that to the archer who doesn't have it yet. Iloa learns a wizard eye spell. So the merchant wagon is here. Rain Street Pilgrim's wagon barely stands on its four wheels. Search inside. A golden scale sits on a bench. Next to it is a scroll that reads, place 5,000 gold pieces in the cups of the scale to become a master merchant. Place the gold? Yes. Excellent. Actually, we'll make 2 people merchants. This is, you need at least one, but it's easier when you have 2, like when you have a lot of equipment, and you have to like trade it with the one who has merchant. So, I mean, let's just give it to the barbarian. And actually we'll move them back into the first slot since they also have merchant now. Excellent. So merchant is a skill, let's see, merchant. And basically you sell things for twice the price now. You get twice the money for selling stuff. And in this game there's a lot of wells. Green moss clings to a small stone well. Drink from the well. Your radiance has been magically enhanced. So that boosts your personality. There's a lot of these wells hanging around Fountainhead here and in the first. So our personality is now a lot higher, and it boosts our maximum spell points temporarily until the. Oh, what happened there? It opened back up. I didn't even press the button. Let's see. Anything else hanging around here? We'll do a thorough search some other time, but yeah, I'm gonna end the episode here. We're at an hour and a half. I'm gonna sell our things, and then that'll be it. I'm actually going to cook supper. I'm gonna do my evening exercises and then cook. Time to cook, Jesse. So you see now the ancient jewelry sells for 2,000 a piece. Excellent. So we pretty much got our money back from the the merchant. So it's a great return on investment. I think that's all we have to sell. Last thing, I'll visit the bank and then we'll end. Drop off some gems. It was 9 a.m. when we left the town. So all that roaming around spent like half a day. Oh well. Yeah, so this will be it for this episode. This episode we cleared out the Temple of Moo and we cleared out the upper part of Baywatch. Next time we're gonna go into the Baywatch cavern. We got some new skills for our mighty adventurers. Had a lot of fun fighting the undead. So I'll end the episode here, and this is WilNF signing off from Might and Magic 3, Isles of Terra.